been on a fitness journey since I got healthy. And it started with when I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes. And I was like, oh, I got to learn about health and fitness. And if I want to tour forever, I got to be at my strongest. If I want to lift up my kids from their crib and not pull up my back. So now I'm like strength training 3 times a week in the gym. And I am focused on health. And now I'm obsessed with like, how's my hormones? How's my gut? Because I just want to feel good.
Hi everybody and welcome back to another React. So you would have seen in the media a few weeks ago that Meghan Trainor and her husband have had their third baby through surrogacy. So today we're going to be looking at a video from Access Hollywood and the backlash that Meghan and her husband have got, as Meghan did carry her first 2 children and obviously the third one has been born through surrogacy. Let's dive right in, but before we do that, please like, subscribe and ring that notification bell. Thank you.
Surprise! Meghan Trainor has expanded her family. On Tuesday, January 20th, the singer took to Instagram to announce that she and husband, Daryl Sabera, welcomed their third child, a daughter, via surrogate 2 days earlier on January 18th. Our baby girl, Mikey Moon Trainor, has finally made it to the world thanks to our incredible superwoman surrogate. We are forever grateful to all the doctors, nurses, teams who made this dream possible. We had endless conversations with our doctors in this journey, and this was the safest way for us to be able to continue growing our family, she began.
So I just want to pause it there and just acknowledge the superwoman surrogate that has completed Meghan Trainor and her husband's family. This is the safest way, and it says it there in that statement, for Meghan and her husband to complete their family. So any intended parent doing a surrogacy journey needs to meet criteria, whether that is psychological, whether that's medical, whatever that being, it has to meet criteria. I know there's been some articles around Meghan renting a room because she's rich and famous. That isn't true and that can't be true. That would be illegal. She needs to meet criteria to become a surrogate. I know in her first 2 pregnancies, there was statements around her having gestational diabetes. She suffered with her mental health. So she would have had to go through an onboarding process with whatever surrogacy organisation she used to meet criteria for her to become a surrogate. So I think some of the comments that have been used in the press around her reasoning for using a surrogate, I think it's quite unfair. It says there, this is the safest way for her to complete her family. And I think people really need to do their research before commenting when those stories haven't actually been released.
The Grammy winner went on to detail how overjoyed their family is, especially their sons, 4-year-old Riley and 2-year-old Barry, writing, "We are over the moon in love with this precious girl. Riley and Barry have been so excited they even got to choose her middle name. We are going to enjoy our family time now. Love you all." The 32-year-old's social media post, which featured sweet photos of her baby girl, received tons of love from her famous friends, with comments from Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, Michael Bublé, Kris Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, and more. This is the first time Trainor used a surrogate, as she carried her sons and delivered them both via C-section. However, she explained last November during a Kiss FM appearance that her health and weight loss journey began when she was pregnant and discovered she had gestational diabetes.
I'm getting a lot of hate online, just posting who I am. Everyone's just being like, why are you thin now? Like, you were all about that base girl. I was like, I was 19 when I came out with that song, and I've been on a fitness journey since I got healthy. And it started with when I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes. And I was like, oh, I got to learn about health and fitness. And if I want to tour forever, I got to be at my strongest. If I want to lift up my kids from their crib and not pull up my back. So now I'm like strength training 3 times a week in the gym. And I am focused on health. And now I'm obsessed with like, how's my hormones? How's my gut? Because I just want to feel good, because this job is hard to do if you don't feel good. But I got a lot of hate for...
And I think there's also, accountability from Meghan. She's worked on her body. She's worked on her mental health. She's acknowledged that maybe she wasn't in the best place physically after she had her previous 2 children. after she had her gestational diabetes, and she's gone on that weight loss journey. However she's done that, that's her decision. She worked with a dietitian. She's paid, however she's paid for that, that's entirely her choice. And I think it's really unfair with the backlash that she has received. Everybody's journey to parenthood, everybody's journey to fitness and weight loss, it's their own journey. And I don't think it's fair these days how people get criticised for it, especially people, in the media. They get a lot of backlash, and I just think the world just needs to be a much kinder place. So going back to the image at the start when Meghan was having skin to skin with her daughter, there was a lot of backlash around that, saying it was very performative. That is a natural bonding time for parents and their babies. That happens worldwide. Through my surrogacy journey and the destinations that we do surrogacy in, all of our intended parents get the opportunity to do skin on skin where possible, unless there's any medical emergencies. It's an amazing opportunity for the parents to do bonding time with their children that's born through surrogacy. So that's what that was. Meghan was having that amazing bonding time with her daughter that was just born through surrogacy. So again, I think it's really unfair when she's being accused of just doing it for a performance reason. It's a beautiful bonding time with her daughter.
Being thinner.
She further expanded on her fitness journey in a March 2025 Instagram post, revealing that she used the weight loss drug Mounjaro, sharing in part, "No, I don't look like I did 10 years ago. I've been on a journey to be the healthiest, strongest version of myself for my kids and for me. I've worked with a dietitian, made huge lifestyle changes, started exercising with a trainer, and yes, I use science and support, shout out to Mounjaro, to help me after my second pregnancy, and I'm so glad I did because I feel great." Access Hollywood most recently caught up with the singer in late 2025 as she shared what the holidays look like in her household with her little ones.
We go all out for Halloween. Decorations are huge in my house. The day.
And just to finish up there, she's putting herself first. She's putting her mental health first. She's putting her weight loss and her fitness and her journey that she's been on to be a better parent. As she's just said there, she's been on this weight loss journey. She's been on this mental health journey. She's been on this nutrition journey, to be a better parent for her children. Now, she would have been eligible for surrogacy, which is why she went down the surrogacy option. She spoke to the doctor, she spoke to the nurses, and this was a safe option for her. And they would have made that decision based on all of that criteria, which was the best decision for her and her family. And that was the safest way to bring that child into the world. So, that's how she's completed her journey. And that's how she's now completed her family. So, yeah. Also, there's been no stories released. There's been no evidence released on why Meghan used a surrogate. Is it because she's rich? Is it because she didn't meet criteria? We actually don't know. This is just based on my opinion, everybody else's opinion. We don't know why Meghan used a surrogate. Yes, she could have met criteria due to mental health, due to medical history, for her to then be eligible for surrogacy, which is my opinion why she would have had a surrogate. But I could be wrong. We don't know. We have no facts. This is just going on reaction. Also, just to add, the surrogate is not biologically connected to the embryo. The embryo is Meghan and her husband's, so there's no genetic connection there to the surrogate. The surrogate is not giving up a child. The surrogate is there to help Meghan and her husband create a family, to extend their family, to complete their family, to help an uncle become an uncle, to help a cousin become a cousin, to help grandparents be nan and granddads. It's extending a family, it's creating a family. Surrogates are amazing people, and we need to acknowledge that as well. They are super women, which is what Meghan and her husband called their surrogate. So I just want to acknowledge that as well in this video, because it is all around Meghan and her husband, and there needs to be some more acknowledgement for the surrogate and what the surrogate has done. So yeah, there's going to be no connection there to the surrogate. So we're here to tell you the facts, but we're not here to tell you what to think. That's up to you guys to kind of make up your own minds. If you want to leave any comments, please keep them healthy. Keep your comments respectful. And we'll see you on the next video. As I said at the start, please like, subscribe and ring that notification bell. Thank you.